Hey, you guys, welcome back to Presley's Pod. This episode is about to be Speed Demon episode because today is Sunday, which means this episode is supposed to be out in 30 minutes. But here's the thing, I have a lot I have a lot going on this week, next week, and I just got back from a trip. So, I was like, the only time that I have to do this is Sunday morning, and I also have to leave in like 30 minutes. So, here we are. I just got back from a trip. On Friday, I'm going to Naples with Lauren and Addie. But here's the thing, before Friday, I decided to redo this entire room, aka my bedroom, which means all this furniture has to be outside on the street Tuesday night. I have to get a new AC. I have to move all of my stuff out of this room into another room so that they can come in and paint. And all the furniture that's sitting downstairs is too heavy for me to carry up the stairs. I have to wait for my friends to come help me do that. So we're just trying to navigate all of these little things. And it's funny because I knew that I wanted a new AC unit because it's been 6 years and it's time to get one. I come back from the trip. AC unit's broken, won't even turn on. And I say, okay, great. Well, this is a sign. So I have my extensions in, obviously. So sorry to my hair people. Please don't yell at me, but it'll be okay. Anyway, happy Sunday. Let's all take a deep breath. Happy Sunday. Happy March 1st. It's a new month and I love a new month. It is the perfect time to reset, leave the past month behind us, set a new intention for the month, have a new goal that you want to accomplish by the end of the month. I truly love taking the time in the morning to reflect on the previous month and write some intentions down for the next month, right? So it's March 1st. And if you've been following me for a while, you can probably tell that I'm a little bit of a type A stressor. That's kind of where my personality lies. I like the plan, I like to know what the plan is. And honestly, I like to be the one to make the plan, which I feel like is why I need a man that is even more of that type than I am, because I already do that all the time in my daily life. So when a man isn't really making the plans and seeing kind of on top of it, that's a turn off for me, because I know that we're not going to be compatible, because I'll just end up kind of taking over all of our plans. But anyway, I digress. So obviously my type A stressor personality has gotten me this far, right? So there's positives. I work hard, I show up early, I have my life together. But February, I started to notice the negatives that came with being a type A stressor. I worry about my friends. I worry about the decisions that they're making and if that's the right choice. I worry about what's going to happen months from now. I worry about all of these things that take me out of the present moment in my life. And I've decided that the month of March is going to be the month of Presley. And what I mean by this is being a little selfish. I'm going to take a step back from being the type A planner of my life, of a friend group, of relationships with certain friends. I'm going to take a step back because my brain needs a break. There's a lot going on up here constantly when you're the organizer, the type A friend, and you're also trying to do that in your daily life, and you're waiting on all these men that aren't making plans. And I've just decided to move on. I have that snooze you lose mentality. I'm like, I can do this day or this day. If you don't text me before those days, like, you lost me. So I have decided to move into this month with the idea of ease and grace, and that everything's going to work out if I truly just focus on myself. And everything from little day-to-day things to even bigger career things. That doesn't mean that I'm going to take a step back and not work hard, because my pet peeve is when people are like, oh, the universe got me, so it's all going to work out for me and I'm just not going to work hard and I'm just going to hope that things work out. Like, no, you have to keep planting the seeds and keep working at it. You can't just like throw your hands up and be like, it'll be fine, and expect for your dreams, goals, etc. to come true. So I'm locked in to my goals, to what I want to accomplish in this month, but I'm not going to let the results stress me out. And I'm just going to keep planting the seeds and go from there. So, for example, planning a girls' night, I have this weird thing where I fully have to be in control. Like, I have to plan exactly where we go. I don't want anyone else to plan it, which is basically contradicting myself with everything that I just said. I don't want anyone else to plan it. I don't know why. I just like, I take over. I take over. And I need to let someone else do it. Like, I really need to take a step back and let someone else do it. And I do that. But the thing is, when I take a step back as the type A of pretty much a majority of my friend groups, not Lauren and Addie, but all of the other friends in my life, if I take a step back, I will not see my friends. And that used to really bother me. I would text my friends to hang out. 3 days later, they would respond. I'm friends with Lauren and Addie, who are extremely type A, and the rest of my friends are type B, could literally be dead in a ditch, and I would have no idea because they don't respond to my text. And for a while, it got to a point where I was like, do these people just not like me? Like, we don't have to be friends. I am good. But I realized that if I keep pushing and reaching out, they're used to that. And that's been the dynamic that we've set up for years. So if I take a step back, one, I won't see them. And when I'm down, feeling down in the dumps sometimes, feeling a little anxious, I notice it's because I haven't talked to a lot of my friends. And so that's why I'm reaching out. It's like, I need to talk to you. Like, I need a friend. I need to see you because you bring joy to my life. You make me feel more grounded. You make me calm. Like, yes, I want to hear about your life and catch up, but I also, like, when I'm reaching out to you, I need that. And if I take a step back, those relationships are we're not going to talk. Like, we're literally not going to talk. So I'm trying to work on that dynamic of like, I'm friends with these people, but if I take a step back, again, I know we're not going to talk. And I have to keep telling myself it's not that they don't like me. It's just, no, not everyone is like jumping at the first text message they get, jumping at the first email they get, like I am, as someone that's extremely type A and just always go, go, go. So even when I'm trying to plan something with a friend, I look and I'm like, okay, I can do this night or this night. And same thing as the men. Like, if they don't respond, I'm like, I can't do anything about that because now I'm busy. I planned something else. So I just have to let it flow. I have to let it flow. And I texted you and I said, I'm free for dinner this night or this night. If you don't respond, I have to let it go. Let it go and let it flow. That is my vibe going into March. We're not going to stress about any of these little things. And we're just going to focus on myself and focus on the month of Presley and focus on everything that I want to get done in March. Like, it's definitely time. And I think too, when it comes to friendships, like, something that I'm trying to work on is I take their stress and I like feel that stress for them. Like, if something's going on in their lives, I will be thinking about it during the day. So I have to stop doing that because that's their life and they can do whatever they want with their lives. And I need to pump the brakes because none of that affects me. Granted, I want health, happiness, prosperity for my friends, but I can't let those thoughts ruin my day. For example, I had a friend tell me, she's seeing this guy and she's like, oh, I'm gonna do this and this, and I was like, well, you probably shouldn't do that because this and this, and she was like, yeah, it's okay. And I was like, well, no, it's not gonna be okay, but there's only so much I can do. And I just like, and then that keeps me up because I'm like, you shouldn't be doing that. But there's nothing I can do because it's not my life. And I have to just take a step back, which keeps me up at night. But my goal for March is to truly just let it go and focus on myself. This also comes with less time on social media. Like, I truly have to stop. And if things start crashing and burning around me, like, and it's not anything to do with me, let them. Mel Robbins, I read the book. Maybe I need to read it again, because truly, let them. And if it's not affecting me again, I just have to let it go. Okay. So moving on to some more dating things. All right, we got 5 minutes. Moving on to some more dating things. I love the idea of the first month of you dating. That's establishing the pattern, right? And that's so important because please, please, please remember that first month, that's his best. It's not going to get better from there. If he's texting you day of, inviting you over to his place, doesn't take you out, isn't doesn't seem that interested in getting to know you, it's not going to get better the more you stick around. Okay, but if he's texting you during the week to make plans for the weekend, if he's on it, that is him putting his best foot forward, right? So we have to make sure that we're not getting kind of stuck in that, like, oh, it's going to get better mentality. This is his best. And some of these things that I'm hearing are very concerning if this is a man's best, because yikes. Big, big time yikes. Anyway, so I saw the video of Paige DeSorbo talking about her relationship. Love her, so happy for her, obsessed. And something that she said it's very relaxing. And I said, you know what? Correct. It should be relaxing. Even like, especially in the beginning when you're not trying to deal with these like huge life things, it should be relaxing. You probably shouldn't be fighting. If you're fighting in the first month, like, I don't know, maybe this is my hot take, but if you're fighting in the first month, it's like, maybe we just go find somebody else. Because there's tons of people out there and you can definitely do better than that. Like, it should be relaxing. You should be excited to see this person. It shouldn't be causing you stress, drama, crying, like fighting. Like, can we stop, please? Because it's actually bothering me if you couldn't tell. And when I was on my trip last week, a friend was telling me about her friend that's engaged to a major, major red flag of a man. And I said to her, okay, well, then, like, why is she still with this guy? And my friend goes, he's rich. And to me, that is very scary, obviously, and very problematic. And things change, money comes and goes. So we have to make sure that we're not picking our partners just based on the X amount of dollars they have in their bank account. To me, it's more about the ambition and where they want to be in life. And there is nothing wrong with staying in your current job forever until you retire. And there's also nothing wrong with wanting to like run for president one day. But you have to make sure that whichever one this person is, you like that. And you're not going to try to tell him not to go after those dreams, or you're not going to try to tell him to get a new job or do something different. If that's what he likes to do and that's what he wants to do, they like to do, she likes to do, you need to know what you're signing yourself up for, and you also need to know what you want. And you also have to remember that things always change. People get fired. Things with money happen. So this person's core, their morals, values, kindness, like, that is who you're going to spend your life with, not his money. I mean, maybe in some circumstances, but if you're not liking who this guy is as a person, but you're distracted by all of the frills and trips and nice things, like, think about it. Just think about it. Anyway, so my dating update of the week is the guy that I was kind of seeing, the 3 dates, it's turning into a little bit of a pen pal situation, and I don't really need another texting buddy. and I am just going to continue living my life. And if he makes a plan, he makes a plan. Unfortunately, I have one night free and then I'll be gone for like 2-ish weeks. So, snooze, you lose. But something big is happening tonight after I get my crazy day finished. Oh my gosh. Okay, something big is happening tonight. I am going on a date with someone new. Yay! We're going to dinner. And this guy is my age. This guy is 26 years old, which usually I do not go for someone my age because I like a little bit more mature and less frat boy. But this one, cut to me saying that the date was like absolutely horrible next week. This one seems to have a good head on his shoulders. So I will keep everyone posted on obviously how it goes tonight. And I hope that everyone has an amazing Sunday, an amazing month. Be selfish this month, okay? If you're a type A like stressor for me, be selfish. The next time you'll see, well, no, I think I'm going to have Addie on this week for next week. And then Lauren, Addie, and I are all going to Naples, which you heard about in our Valentine's Day episode. And I will just finish with this, even though it's kind of a negative. Yes, I've been busy, but I feel like I haven't really done anything to deserve a vacation. I just got back from Mexico in January, so for me, it feels a little weird to turn around and go on another vacation. But we have had this trip planned for forever, obviously, and we all had a really big work win last week. So we're going to celebrate that. But then I said to myself, I was like, to not that I don't deserve it, but I just feel like I don't need a vacation from anything at this point. So that's why it feels a little weird to go on vacation. So I said, I'm going to run myself into the ground this week and make this the busiest week of my life so that by the time Friday comes around and I'm getting on that flight to Naples, I'll be I'll be ready for a much needed vacation. Anyway, so happy March. Hope everyone has a great day. Happy Sunday. Love you all. Bye.